Unit 3, Lesson 9, so we're doing a mixture of composite and shaded regions, so composite figures and shaded region. I can find the area and perimeter of a variety of composite shapes. I can find the circumference and area of shapes given a shaded region. So they want to know what is the approximate area of our shaded region. So I've got to figure out what the radius is going to be. So I know that it's 1, 2 units. So I'm going to do area equals pi r squared. I know that area equals 3.14 times 2 squared. Area equals 12.56, and I'm going to say units squared. So that's the area of the circle. So then I have to find the area of the square or the rectangle. I'm not sure. Let me look at it. It's a 4 by 4. So you're doing 4 times 4 and you get 16. So I've got to subtract 16 minus 12.56. So in my calculator, I'm doing 16 minus 12.56 and I get 3.44, and it's units squared. All right, so they want to know what is the total area of the figure below. So I'm going to split it up into smaller shapes that I can find the area of. So I have a square on top, so I'm doing 3 times 3, and I get 9. Then I'm going to find the area of the rectangle, and I have 3 times 10, and I get 30. And then I'm going to do the area of the circle, so pi times radius squared, so 3.14 times 4.5 squared. So remember, when you're squaring a number, you're multiplying it by itself. So 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. And I end up with 63.585. So then I take all my areas and I'm going to add them together. So I've got 9 plus 30 plus 63.585. And I get 102.585 inches squared because they want area. All right, for this one, they want to know the area of the shaded region. So the first thing I'm going to do is figure out the area of the rectangle. So that's 9, 18, 40, no, 30. 9, 18, 30. Okay, so 30 times 18 is going to give me 540. And it'll be inches squared. So then I have to find the areas of each of my circles. Well, the diameter of this one is going to be 12. The area of the diameter of this one's going to be 9. The diameter of this one's going to be 6. So that means the radius is going to be 6, 4.5, and 3. So I have to find the area of 3 separate circles. So we'll start with the top. So pi times radius squared. So 3.14 times 3 squared. So in my calculator, I'm doing 3.14 times 3 times 3, and I get 28.26. So then I'm going to do the next one. So 3.14 times 4.5 squared. So 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5, and I get 63.585. It's an 8. And then I'm going to do the last one. So 3.14 times 6 squared. So that's 6 times 6. I I get 113.04. So I'm going to add these three numbers. And I get a total. So when I add 28.26 plus 63.585 plus 113.04, I get 204.885, and that's going to be inches squared. So then I have to take this number and my number up here, and I have to subtract them because I want to find the area of just the shaded region. And I get 335.115 inches squared. So my final answer. All right, this one they want us to find the area of the shape. So they've already divided it out for us, which makes it nice, but it's not perfect. So I have my triangle. So I have base times height divided by 2. So my base is 5. My height, though, is 3 plus an additional 4. So 7 divided by 2. So I end up with 35 divided by 2. And I get 17.5 feet squared. So that's one area. Then I'm going to find the area of the rectangle. So that's going to be 12 times 4. And I get 48. Then I'm going to find the area of my half circle, or my semicircle. So I have 3.14 times, and then this whole thing's 4, so the radius is 2. So I get 12.56, but that would be for an entire circle, so I have to divide this by 2. So 12.56 divided by 2, and I get 6.28, and that would be feet squared. So then I'm going to add up all my numbers. I'm just going to put them all together, and then I'm going to get the area of the total shape. So 6.28 plus 48 plus 17.5. And I get 71.78, and it will be feet squared. So that'll be the size of the garden. All right, the next one says a half circle is joined by an equilateral triangle. So that kind of gives me some information. And it says all the side lengths are 12. So they want to know the perimeter of this shape. So I'm going to have to find the actual circumference of half of a circle. So my formula is going to be pi d. So 3.14 times 12. And I get 37.68. Then I have to divide that by 2 because I only have half of a circle. So that's going to give me 18.84, and it's going to be units. So I don't want to get myself mixed up and accidentally add the wrong numbers. So I don't want to add that one. I definitely don't want to add this one. So I'm going to add these three numbers together to get my perimeter. So I've got 18.84 plus 12 plus 12, and I end up with 42.84 units. So now you're going to go ahead and do your cool down. You need to find the area of the shaded region. Remember that these two half circles are going to end up making a whole circle. So think about how that affects what you're doing, and think about the radius or the diameter.